My dear children, today we are going to learn about metals and non-metals, part 2. In part 1, we learned about physical properties of metals and non-metals. Today we are going to learn about chemical properties of metals. In that, reaction with oxygen, reaction with water, reaction with acid also we are going to learn. First one, in chemical properties, reaction with oxygen. Many metals react with oxygen to form metal oxide. Metals react with oxygen to form what? Metal oxide. Metal is reacted with metal oxygen and forming metal oxide. Thus, formed metal oxides are basic in nature. Normally, if metals are reacted with oxygen, if you check that content, we can see that it is changed to red litmus to blue. When is red litmus is changed to blue? It is basic. We already learned in the 7th standard. Yes, basic characters. What is doing? Red litmus changed to blue. That's why we can say that all the metals is reacted with oxygen. If you are taking that, we will be getting it is a basic in nature. Example, iron, aluminium, magnesium, copper. This all if reacted with oxygen, we will be getting the metal oxide. First one, in reaction with oxygen, first one, reaction of iron. Iron we are representing as Fe. Thus iron we are representing as Fe. Okay. Then iron when exposed to air, that means if you are keeping this type of iron, we know that in our window also that materials is made up of what? Iron. Yes, that iron after so many years, if you are not painting or anything, if you are not doing, means what will happen? If it is contact with air and oxygen and water molecule in the atmosphere, water molecule will be present. It is contact with oxygen and water. Then what is producing? It is making as a rust. This form we are calling as a rust. Okay. Then that rust we are calling as ferric oxide. This process called rusting. What do you mean by rusting? That means iron means Fe. We are representing Fe. Iron is contact with oxygen and atmospheric water. After so many years, what will happen? It is forming as a ferric oxide. This ferric oxide is we are calling as rust. Then here you can see the how we have to write in an equation form. Iron we are representing as Fe. No need to write 4 and 2 all. Okay, just write iron means Fe. Instead of oxygen, what we'll write? O2. Yes, oxygen O2. Then water we are representing as H2O. That we all know. Iron means Fe, oxygen O2, water H2. It is reacted to form what? Ferric oxide. Ferric oxide means rust is forming. Then if you are taking this ferric oxide rust in a water and it is mixed with water, if it is changed to red litmus to blue, it is showing that it is a ferric oxide is a basic. That activity I will show you in another slide. Okay. Then next one, in reaction with oxygen, metal reacted with what? Oxygen. Second one is reaction with magnesium. Magnesium ribbon burns in the presence of oxygen. This is a magnesium ribbon. If it is taken and we are doing what? Flame is giving, that time what is happening? It is burning and it is forming as magnesium oxide. Magnesium, if burning, that time what is happening? Magnesium oxide is forming. This magnesium oxide also turning what? Red litmus to blue. If after burning we will be getting this type of magnesium oxide. This is the powder magnesium oxide. Then how we will check it is basic in nature? Just to take the few powder, then after that pour the water and in that we have to dip a red litmus. It is changed to what? It is changed to blue color. It is a presence of what? Basic. Yes. Then in reaction with what oxygen we learned. Two, first one reaction with iron, reaction with magnesium also. Then third one reaction with copper. Reaction with copper. When a copper vessel is exposed to air for a long time, it acquires a dull green. You can see here in our pipe, in our home pipe, if so many years if it is keeping like this, means what is happening, copper, that it is made up of copper, and what is doing, it is contact with oxygen and water and atmosphere, what carbon dioxide will be there, this all contact with this copper to form what, copper hydroxide will be forming, and copper carbonate also forming. Okay, then what is happening, copper is contact with water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, and it is forming what, copper hydroxide. This copper hydroxide and copper carbonate, we can see that a green coating is deposited here. Okay, this is the three reactions with what, oxygen. Then activity, this I already told how we can check the, it is metals are basic in nature. First one, collect the rest and put it in a test tube and pour the water and shake it well. After that, red litmus paper, keep it in that liquid. What is happening, it is changed to blue. It is basic in nature. Then reaction with water. The next chemical property is reaction with water. Different metals react differently in water. Different metals react differently in water. Then first one, sodium. If sodium, this is the sodium. Sodium, if you are taking in a water, if you are putting sodium paste, sodium is a metal. This metal, if you are putting in the water, what will happen? It is during this reaction, a large amount of heat will be produced. If you are putting into the water itself, the large heat is produced, large amount of heat is produced. That is the first reaction of metal with water. The second example is calcium. Calcium, it shows medium reaction. Only medium reaction will be showing with water and calcium. Okay, then metals like iron, aluminium and copper react very slowly in the water. Metals like iron, aluminium, copper. We know that iron and copper, aluminium, if you are putting water every day, means it is not what react very fastly. It is slowly will be react. Then reaction with acid. Next chemical properties of metal is reaction with acid. All metals don't react with all acid. All metals are not reacted with all acids. Only few metals will be reacted with few acids. Then first one, in the case of magnesium. Examples we already learned. Yes, in the first class itself we learned few examples of metals. In that, magnesium is another metal. This magnesium is reacted with dilute hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid, what magnesium will be react and form what hydrogen gas will be forming. It is forming as a salt and hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas turns off a candle with a pop sound. That means magnesium is reacted with hydrochloric acid. It is forming a salt and hydrogen, and it is forming as a pop sound. Pop sound will be getting. The second reaction is aluminium is reacted with hydrochloric acid. Aluminium is reacted with hydrochloric acid to form what? Aluminium chloride and hydrogen gas. The next third one, copper. Copper is only reactive with sulfuric acid. Copper is not reacted with what? Hydrochloric acid, but it is only reactive with sulfuric acid. Only two acid name we have to learn, hydrochloric and sulfuric acid. But magnesium and aluminium react with hydrochloric acid, but copper is not reactive with what? Hydrochloric acid. Then copper is only reactive with sulfuric acid, and to form what? Copper sulfate and hydrogen gas. Okay, thank you all.